Alright, y'all, I'm going to do a quick little opening round refresher here. This is kind of the update, you know, after my playthrough video that I put out earlier in the week. So I made a few different changes to the hole, so I just wanted to go through this round real quick and show you some of those changes that I made. As you can see on the scorecard, we got 3 both times, we got 11, we got 4 both times, we got 6 both times. We came really close on 8 and 17. So there's just a few things in here that I wanted to show you all that I hope maybe help you all out in your rounds or getting ready to play your rounds, either in the opening round and then also this weekend in the weekend round. The shots are kind of a compilation. You know, I use some of Peter Johnson's stuff, also 19th hole expert page stuff, and then some of that stuff I've used and then made some small tweaks of my own to it to kind of just fit what works better for me. And you'll have to do that to yourself as well if you don't have, you know, the same type of resources that some of the people have. So maybe you don't have a Win 5 ball, so you need to figure out how to use it with the Win 4 ball. And that's all just kind of stuff that you have to learn to get better at adjusting to help really tune in your own personal round to fit your clubs and the resources that you have available to you. So I'm going to show you these shots. I'm going to tell you how I played them, and hopefully that will help you all out moving forward in your round. Alright, so hole 1 here. First thing we do is we stretch out our target all the way to our blue ring, touching the right rough at overpower. Then we're going to put on 4 backspin here. I'm looking for around 10 miles per hour of wind, so you could change your ball to a wind 1 or wind 2 ball depending on what type of wind speed you are looking for. No side spin here, just 4 backspin, max overpower and max curl here on your shot. And that's how I play this shot right here. It's going to come in nice, as you can see. And what you're trying to do is you're really trying to almost hit this ridge. We got a little bit too deep into the green here on this shot. Otherwise, we could have maybe got that little funnel to drop this one back to the hole. But that's number 1, and you'll get to see this shot again on 10. Alright, so for 2 here, we're trying the Guardian shot here. 20% elevation and 30% club, with an 8 and 9 Guardian with our yellow ring at the edge of the fringe. 7 backspin with a wind 5 power 1 ball. You could also use a wind 0 ball, a wind 5 power 0 ball if you wanted. We're trying to line up our ball guide as best as we can here towards the hole, with our yellow ring touching the edge of the fringe. The yellow ring on this shot was just a little bit on the fringe, and I think that may have caused my miss here. So we're playing our slider, 30% adjustment here, and then we're just trying to center up the shot as best as we can with the Guardian. It's going to come in really nice speed-wise, but as you can see, just a little bit left here. If I had had my yellow ring pushed up, you know, even with the edge of the rough, the fringe and the green, I think that shot would have dropped. But because I had it drop just a tiny bit onto that fringe line, I think I lost a little bit of my of what I wanted to do there. So we'll give it a try again on the back 9. Alright, so hole 3 here. We're playing with the quarterback and a Kingmaker ball. We're going with max left spin. We're having our white ring touching the edge of the rough line on the right at the plus 15 yard mark, which is max. And then you want to go 2.75 top spin. If you have to err on the side of being under that and not over that, okay? You don't want to be closer to that 3 than the 2.5. Always err under that 2.75. 10% max adjustment here for the shot. And then I just pull back and play a regular shot, no curl or anything. Just pull back and play a regular shot. We're looking for a target somewhere between 328 and 330. And as you can see, we roll up a little bit farther because of the great shot to the right. And we end up at 331. And I'm going to play this one at 24% club for the next shot. And here's our next shot here. Alright, so shot number 2, we're playing 24% club at 331. We'll be using our sniper, and we use 3 backspin, 2 left spin. As I said, 0% elevation. Now, one thing I want you to pay very careful attention to is the second bounce here. I played this shot twice with the second bounce on the green, and I missed the shot. Since I played this shot with the second bounce on the fringe with the ball guide going to the hole, I've made 8 in a row. So I definitely think second bounce ball guide on the fringe, just barely on that fringe, is definitely a key, and it kind of just helps that ball hit that funnel. So as you can see it coming in here nicely, bounce and hits the funnel and drops. Alright, so for this next hole, hole 4, I've been having so much trouble with this hole. I continue to get the fringe glitch, playing at 2.5 back, and then even like 2.75 back, 2.8 back. So I decided to go 3 back, and then I just took like a tick, just like a tick off of that 3. And they're going 3 right spin. We're playing with a power 1 ball, wind 5, and then we're playing a 1201 pull angle. Also, what you want to pay attention to is the second bounce. The ball guide is going to be going to the hole with the orange ring at the edge of the rough line. And that second bounce, I want the second bounce to actually be on the light line of green squares, just left of the hole, as you can see. See that second bounce is on that light row of green squares? The times I've missed it, my second bounce has been on that dark row just to the left of that place. I feel like this spot is giving me a little bit better of a chance to drop the shot. And because of playing it at that second bounce on the light green row, I've dropped it 2 times in a row now. As you can see, the perfect shot there, and it's going to get that nice angle, and it drops. So 3 back, 3 right, and then have just like a tick off of your backspin. So it's either like in between 2.8 and 3 rings of backspin. And then that second bounce just on the edge of that light green row of squares seems to be like the common denominator there for that shot with a 1201 pull. 20% mid adjustment on the shot. Alright, so for 5 here, I'm playing with the APOC and a Kingmaker ball. What I'm doing is I'm outstretching my shot, so like the 1 o'clock area of the white ring is touching the edge of the bunker on the right. And then from there, I let my shot drop back, and we will play 4 back, max right, and about a ball and a half of curl, no overpower, or just like a slight amount of overpower. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get to a point where we have a nice max range shot with our sniper. That is what we're trying to achieve here with this shot. And we also don't want to go too far in the fairway where we have to mess with those trees. Alright, so for the second shot here with the sniper, we're pretty much at max adjustment, and we're looking for somewhere between like 1 to 2 bars of backspin, and then like 4.5 bars of right spin. Now, if you do go farther right in the fairway, behind those trees, you will have to play your shot farther out to the left, and then you'll have to use more right spin. So we're playing this shot here. We're trying to get to a point at max, and we're playing it pretty much 1-to-1 plus 0.2. That usually comes out to about what we're looking at here with a 0% elevation and max adjustment. We want that ball guide left of the hole and trailing down to the hole, because that slope does seem to trail from left to right. Unfortunately, we hit a great ball here, as you can see, and it's going to come in here, and it's going to miss, but a little bit hot there as well. But it's a tough hole, and it's just something you got to continue to work on. The spins to try to figure out what you like. Alright, so we got 6 here, playing it with my Thor. You can also play it with an APOC, but with my Thor, I play my blue ring at the +5 yardage marker, max topspin and 2 right spin with a Kingmaker ball. And then from there, I'm going to turn my screen and I adjust to +10%, which with the Thor 6 is usually around 5 to 4.7 rings. And it's going to take me about 1 ring into overpower. So we're going to go 1 ring into overpower here with just a touch of right curl, and this one right here is going to put me in a position where my second shot with the thorn is going to be a nice 0% elevation thorn shot at about min adjustment. So we'll be right back for that one. That's 355. So at 355, your min adjustment is like almost spot on. We'll play about half a bar left spin and half a bar back spin on this shot, and then you want the ball guide just barely trailing 2 into the hole with this shot. Depending on where you align this shot at, if you're playing at true min, you do need to push your shot up just a little bit to have room to adjust. So if I have a true min shot, I usually play min plus 0.1, 0.2, depending on how far forward I have to push my shot to get that ball guide to the hole. Make our adjustment. We hit that perfect. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to drop it just like that. Alright, this is hole 7. We're playing this one at plus 25% mid adjustment, mid distance with the P2 ball. It will 5 backspin, and then you're going to line up your shot to find the ball guide trailing to the hole with the second bounce on that light fringe. Make sure that second bounce is on that light fringe. And then from there, you're going to readjust your spin. You're going to add in 1.5 bars of right spin along with the 5 bars of backspin. From here, you're going to play the plus 25% elevation mid with a slight 1201 pull. Important here to definitely center your shot target on this shot so that you aren't pulling your ball off to the left or to the right. We came in really close right there, so I'm going to guess it was probably something with my pull angle or just maybe a pull on my adjustment, but it was a really close attempt. Hole 7's a hole that a lot of people are having issues with, and the fact that there are like 7 or 8 different ways to play this hole is proof that it's a hole that everybody does not have figured out, and that is a tough hole to really get dialed in. So in my opinion, if you drop this at least 1 out of 2 times on the weekend, then you really are doing good. If you drop it 2 out of 2 times, then you should be going for a banner. Alright, hole 8 here. We're playing a plus 10% rock shot. I'm going to use a power 4 ball just to make the adjustments better for this shot. You could use a power 3 if you wanted to, but a power 4 ball allows you to not have to worry about pushing in overpowered or anything like that when you are lining up the shot. So for here, we went with max right spin, which is just about 5 bars of right spin, and then a little bit of backspin here. Definitely don't want to play risky on this one, but if I could play this one again, I'd probably just play it with 0 top spin and no backspin. Just play it, just 5 right spin. So we make our adjustment here, plus 10% max adjustment with the rock, or a higher level floor would work really well on this hole, or higher level APOC works well as well. It hits, bounces up, and as you're going to see, we get the nice roll, and we drop it at 329. Alright, so for 329, we're playing this one with the Grizz. I went with the Grizz because it has a better ball guide. What we want to do is find our min and our max. So there's our min, and then we find our max. So for 329, we're going to be playing this one about 50%. Is what I calculated it at. With 1 right spin, 3 backspin, we're playing 20% elevation here on the shot with the ball guide to the hole. So once we get our line together, we move forward a little bit. And I really probably should have played this one at that 55% club, because I did move it forward a little bit after the initial placement. So we make our adjustment right here. I tried to pull as straight as possible on the adjustment, and we hit it perfect. So this one's going to come in nicely. As I mentioned, 55% probably was the correct pull here, and we came really close to dropping it. This is the way to play hole 9 if you want to take your eagle and run. There are other ways to play this hole where people are going for much riskier shots. But to me, I'm quite happy with taking my eagle and running here. So plus 10% max. I put my red ring up to the rough there, and then make my adjustment straight back there. Max 10%. 3 top spin, max left spin, max curl to the left. No overpower. It's very important to make sure that you don't overpower this shot. I think great left or great right is okay here, and it puts you up into a really nice spot to give you a chance with your big dog or your cataclysm. Alright, so with our cataclysm here, we're playing minus 10%. From that spot here, as you can see, we do not have to contend with the trees. If you want to get risky, you put your yellow ring up to the rough line. If you want to play it safer, you put your red ring at the line, and then you got to use your left spin and your back spin to really get risky with this shot. It's a tough shot to really get left because, as you can see, we're on a slope there that kind of pushes the shot to the right naturally anyway. So this is one of those holes that if you want to play it aggressively and go for the albatross, you've really got to try to play the power curl shot and get up into that second fairway. Otherwise, playing it like this is about the best you can do and take that easy eagle. Alright, so we got hole 11 here. Same thing as the front 9. As you can see, I have 8.3 wind here, so I'm going to switch to a wind 1 ball to get me back up closer to that 10 miles per hour. We're going to do the same thing, 4 backspin, no side spin, with the blue ring touching the right rough at max OP. You let it drop back, and then max curl, max right curl, max overpower on the shot. Great left, great right, should be okay here. Once again, we're trying to get this shot to where we get up on that ridge. With less wind though, I should have played a little bit less backspin, maybe like 3.5 bars of backspin, but as a general rule, just go for backspin. That keeps you pretty safe in all wind situations. Alright, so hole number 11 here, we're trying the same thing we did on the front 9. 7 backspin, 20% elevation at 30% slider, with the back of the yellow ring touching the edge of the light fringe, with the ball guide going to the hole as best as you can. What we really want to have happen is this ball to hit, stop short of the hole, and then roll into the hole with just enough momentum to fall into the hole. 1159 pull on this shot. Make sure it's a power 1 or a power 0 ball, and make sure you have it properly set in your settings power-wise. Hit that one perfect, and this one comes in and bounces nice, and we get the lucky kiss and the drop. Alright, hole number 12 is next. Same technique, 2.75 top, max left, white ring on the right rough line at the plus 15 yard mark, plus 10% max adjustment, straight as you can get it, and no extra push-up on the shot. I like a Kingmaker ball. You could probably use a Centurion ball or a different type of power 3 ball if you wanted, but I like power 3 ball for this shot. Hit this one perfect this time, and as you're going to see, we're going to get a very similar roll, but a little bit farther to the left this time. Just a little bit. But still, 331. So playing this one at 24% club. Right, 24% club, 0% elevation. 3 backspin, 2 left spin. Make sure you have that second bounce touching the edge of the fringe with that ball guide going straight to the hole. As you see, let's make a small little adjustment here, and now we got the ball guide going to the hole. 0%, we're playing our slider adjustment, which was 24% club, 0% elevation. Make the adjustment, hit the perfect. We had a slight bit of overpower there on that shot, but as you can see, it doesn't matter. It's still in the hole for the albatross. Alright, hole 13 here. Same exact way we're playing this one. Wind 5, power 1, 3 backspin, 3 right spin with just a tick, just a very small tick off that backspin there once you get it set. Ever so slight. Orange ring at the edge of the rough line. Second bounce, you want it to be just on the edge of that light row of green squares with the ball guide going to the hole. I struggled a little bit more this time trying to get that second bounce to where I wanted it, but then eventually, got it to just barely on that edge and stuck with that. 1201 pull, 20% mid adjustment on the shot, and perfect. Nice bounce. And deja vu from the front nine. Alright, so hole 14. This is one of the holes that I don't have quite figured out yet, trying to work on it still. White ring to the edge of the bunker on the right. 4 backspin, max left spin on the shot, and about a ball and a half of curl to the left. And then I put just a slight touch of overpower on it this time. And I hit great right. So with a great right, my ball's actually going to go up the fairway a little bit farther to the right. And most of the time with a great right on this shot with any kind of overpower, you're more than likely going to see those palm trees a little bit more. Alright, so for the second shot here, we're playing 0% elevation at max, which basically means 1-to-1 plus 0.2. So as... Oh. Sorry about that. So we got to go with a little bit more right spin on the shot. And we're just trying to get the ball guide to the hole, as you can see. We can't do that because of the trees, so what we're going to do at the end here is push up a little bit after our adjustment. So we make our adjustment here for our wind, which was 1-to-1 plus 0.2, and then we pushed up just a tad bit, and we'll see if that works.
Great shot.
Unfortunately, we hit a great shot again, but as you can see, it comes in roll really nice, really nice, just left of the hole. So with a perfect shot, it would have been really close. Alright, we got 15, playing it the same way we played it on the front nine. Max top spin, a couple bars of right spin, blue ring touching the rough at plus 5, and then we make our adjustment for plus 10% max. And then we will overpower the shot just a little bit. There's a little bit of right curl on the shot. This time we're going to hit great right. But it's still going to come in nice because there's kind of like a little bit of a funnel here on this fairway, I feel. It always kind of pushes this ball back left towards the green. So that's a good thing. And 353. So we're a little bit farther back this time. Alright, so we're a little bit farther back this time. So we kind of expect to have to play this one maybe a little bit more added to our min adjustment. There's our min right there. So we push up to about our normal spot, and we go with our left spin. And what we're going to do is we're just going to push the shot up to where we want it, and then add just another extra 0.1 onto the shot. So this time we went min plus 0.3 onto the shot, instead of the normal min or min plus 0.2. So we just kind of add that extra 0.1 to compensate for that little extra push up to get our ball guide to where we wanted it at. But as you can see, same result. Middle of the cup, drill the pin. Alright, so we're trying this hole 16/7 shot again. Mid 25% with the powered 2 ball. I like the wind 5 ball for sure here. You go 5 backspin, and then you want to find your aim point with the ball guide going toward the hole with the second bounce on the fringe. And then from here you're going to add extra 0.15 right spin. It's like from the get-go I felt like I was having trouble finding my spot here on this shot, and I knew my time was running out, so I kind of just had to settle with what I had and then made the adjustment. 25% mid at 12:01 pull. I'm still not 100% sure on how I'm going to play this hole on the weekend. I've been trying some different shots and just, I don't know, I haven't got like a comfortable feeling with many of the shots. This one right here feels pretty good, but I just feel like that right there was an error or a misadjustment due to running out of time and then having difficulty finding the lineup that I was kind of looking for initially, which would be ball guide to the hole with my second bounce, just, barely maybe a quarter of the way onto that light area of fringe space. So we'll keep working on that one. Maybe try out another shot on my next round and see where we go from there. Maybe we'll find something that we feel comfortable with. Alright, so hole 8 here. We're going to line up our shot just like we did last time with the power 4 ball. max right spin, and half a bar of backspin. Once again, I would probably play this without any backspin if I had these shots to play again, just because I feel like getting up that fairway a little bit more would benefit me for my second shot. So 10% max here on this drive is the play. And trying to get this shot, I would say, a little bit farther up the fairway. I would like to be, a little bit more towards like 330 or so. And unfortunately, this one only got 336. So at 326, we do our min and our max. And as you can see, we're a lot farther back here this time. So I settled on 75% club here on this shot. So we play 75% club, 1 right spin, 3 backspin, and then we get our ball guide to the hole. Now, after playing this shot, I realized that both of my shots came in just to the left of the hole. With the right to left tailwind, it's weird that I get such a consistency on my miss. So next time I play this shot, I'm going to play everything pretty much the same way that I played it this time, except I'm not going to go ball guide straight out the hole. I'm going to go ball guide just to the right edge of the hole and see if that helps the shot at all or not, because it's just weird that I consistently had that shot hit miss just barely left edge of the hole on that adjustment. So I think the push of the wind, a little bit of an offset may help that shot, and we'll try it out. The worst that can happen is it doesn't work, and then we go back to the drawing board. But that's just something I noticed when playing this shot both times in this round. Alright, so hole 18 here, we're playing the eagle shot again with the quarterback, max left, 3 top, orange to the edge of the rough line, and then we just back our shot, plus 10% max rings. Max left curl with the kingmaker. Make sure you don't overpower or underpower this shot. And once again, I'm pretty sure great left or great right, it's okay, but it seems like there's a pretty wide perfect hit range on this shot. It seems like everything I do, it's a perfect shot, at least for that drive. 323. Alright, so once again, we got the cat here. You can use the big dog if you don't have a cataclysm. We're going minus 10% here. And this time we have the orange ring, because we weren't quite as far up in the fairway. And I'd say anywhere from 4 to 5 bars of backspin and max left spin on this shot. Don't get too greedy trying to go for this one, because too greedy and great left could mean bunker. Don't want to be there. So do what you can do. If you're playing this way, you're playing it for the safe eagle. So don't get too greedy on the shot. Just take what you got. Take the easy roll in eagle. Alright, y'all, thanks for being here. Hopefully this helped you all out. This was just a quick cut down version of my qualification, or my opening round for my JBone account. I still got 2 more to play. Hopefully we can figure out some more stuff, and if I figure out anything else, we'll definitely talk about it on stream tonight.